Hey everyone, Codex here. I hope you're doing fantastic. So today what we're gonna do is take a look at Solana and we'll be discussing its current trend on the macro scale, and we'll also follow up on these Twitter and Patreon posts that we made about 3 months ago in which we suggested a price crash for Solana. So if you guys like the content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course join the Patreon account. So if you are one of the OGs, you'll probably remember this chart. So this was a chart we discussed back in March, so over 3 months ago, and we compared Ethereum's trend in its previous market cycle, so between 2017 to 2018, to Solana's current chart. And I said that I believe that Solana will follow Ethereum's path, and it will sooner or later enter a prolonged bearish phase. I mean, we even discussed this relief rally theory in a few YouTube videos before the upside move even took place, and we clarified how the new guys that just joined this space will end up getting trapped in here, which ended up happening in the bloodiest fashion. So fast forward, the chart ended up looking similar to what we expected, and Sol's price ended up crashing down super bad. And so today I'll follow up on what I think will happen next, what I think will happen in the following months, of course. So if we look at Ethereum's chart after it collapsed in here and after it went down over 94%, we started experiencing some relief in here. I mean, we did in fact experience a 400% move to the upside, which is a 5x, and that's a very good return, by the way. But nonetheless, we were still far away from the all-time high back then, which was around $1,400 US. And so overall in here, it was mainly stagnation. We didn't experience much other than some relief rallies followed up by corrections. And you can notice that after 14 or 15 months, we end up coming back down to our bottom. And so we can say that Ethereum has had an amazing period between 2019 and the beginning of 2020. I mean, nothing has really happened in the scheme of things. I know that a 5x, a 400% move to the upside is a lot. That's decent, that's very good, but what you have to remember is that we were still far away from the peak, not to note that we crashed again to the bottom. And honestly, I expect Solana to experience something similar due to what's happening. Solana is in fact up 79% from the local bottom. It has indeed done well in the last 2 weeks, and if we ignore this entire mess in here and just look at what has been happening lately, we would tell ourselves that it's looking great, that the chart is looking very decent, but it's not, because remember that we are still down about 84% from our all-time high. We are still down over 84% from $260 US. We are also facing a very strong level now, which is this $40 area, and this area has quite a decent sell pressure in it. There are some significant sell orders in here. I'm not saying we will collapse at all. All I'm saying is that despite the last 2 weeks, which have been very decent, I don't see a chance for us to rally yet. What has happened with Ethereum in here might give impression that Solana will now experience a parabolic move, but I don't think that the drop is over yet. Hear me out. What you have to keep in mind is that Ethereum's drop back in its previous market cycle was way more brutal than Sol's current drop. It might not look like it, but the difference between this Solana's 90% crash and Ethereum's 95% drop is huge. I mean, a 95% drop from the top with Solana would imply 13 or 14 bucks, which is another 50% crash from the current local bottom. And the other difference I'm seeing between these two charts is the duration. This lasted for 11 months, where this has been going for about 7.5 months now. In my opinion, I don't think that we will see a bull run in 2022. I made this clear since the start of this year. Having that said, a 2x from the bottom isn't a bull run. That doesn't imply that the bull run is back. It's really not, especially when you are still down 80 or 85% from the previous all-time high. Bull runs are completely different than this. In a clear uptrend, these altcoins just pump day and night without taking a break. They even do a 4 or a 5x in a few weeks. And so we are nowhere near a parabolic move now. I'm really seeing a shit ton of bullish charts on Twitter as if we are still in a bull market, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Yes, we could experience a 2x, we could even go up, do a 3x, that's totally possible, but that doesn't imply that the bull market is back. That doesn't imply that the bull market has prevailed. $30 remains very likely to be revisited in my opinion. But again, that's just me. I've been right in the past with the relief rally theory and the price collapse idea, but it doesn't imply that I have to be right this time too. I could be wrong, of course. I've been wrong in the past, but yeah, I don't expect much given what we've got. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy, I'll never say that, but what I think is that too many people will fall for these moves. And the same Andes who fell for this trap back in here will fall again at the peak, I'm saying the peak of this one. Something else I have to mention is that we don't have the GDP growth numbers yet, but I think that it's going to be negative. The forecast is actually negative, it's minus 1.5%, but I honestly think that it will be way worse than that. And if that ends up being the case, let's say, then the entire cryptocurrency asset, and of course Solana, will go back down again. So that was about it, guys. This is my opinion about Solana. Yes, we could see a 2x, that's totally possible. Having that said, that doesn't necessarily imply that the bull market has prevailed. So thanks for sticking by till the end. Also, if you want to store your altcoins or any crypto that comes to your mind in a safe place, in a hardware wallet, make sure to check out Decent. Get advantage of the current discount we are seeing. How horrible things have been with platforms such as BlockFi, Celsius, Finblocks, these companies that shill you crazy returns, and so better be safe than sorry. I'll leave a link down below if you want to get one, of course. Having that said, have a nice day and see you in the next video. Bye bye.